ssjstash.net.
Hey, what's up guys? Coda here. Going to talk a little bit about stuff that I've been doing and community that I'm going to launch as well. So some of you may know I've already hosted a community before, but I've just been so super busy and all over the place that I had to shut it down for a bit. And I had it still on my website. I had a chatting place for a while, but that kind of broke down and I didn't bother fixing it. And yeah, I'm gonna start something new now. I'm gonna start again, and I guess I'm gonna talk a little bit about that. So the community is going to be focused around creativity. If you are a GameMaker user, you know, I haven't actually gone past GameMaker 8.0. I haven't actually used any of the versions like GameMaker Studio much. I mean, I barely touched them. It just doesn't work with me. And then you know, I basically want to create a place where anyone who uses those old versions is welcome and they have the support that they need, just like that. Any problem that they come across, anything they're trying to do, I'm basically an expert on GameMaker 8, so yeah. And then there's going to be a lot of discussion, so discussing general creativity stuff. You know, it doesn't have to be game maker related. This is more like of a general community for creative people. It doesn't have to be games. It could be art or music or anything for that matter. And yeah, it's going to be very open discussion. I don't want to have much of a, you know, I want it to be very broad. People can talk about whatever and no big deal. Then yeah, non-game maker projects, of course, welcome. So some of you who are from the GMC may think, wow, you know, that's not the place to talk about projects that are not game maker, and that's a big thing out there. So if you're that kind of person, then hop right in. You're welcome to talk about any non-game maker project that you want. HTML5, JavaScript, C++, anything and everything. Art, music, all of it. And then I guess that about covers the community. It's, you know, general discussion and projects that you work on, videos that you make, anything creative. It's about, you know, being there for each other and looking after each other, helping others solve problems and helping each other express, you know, what you're feeling and how and what kind of game you want to create, right? Because at the end of the day, everything that you create comes from inside you, and it shows kind of your like creativity slash personality in some ways. So I definitely want to create a very supportive community to people in whatever ways that's possible. And I guess that covers it for the community. Now I'm going to talk about my stuff that I've been doing this week. So I was working on my site for basically 2 days straight and basically dead from that now. And I was setting up the Discord server, but that wasn't that much. It's just a little bit. And then I was, at the beginning of this week, I was working on math. I was learning basic trigonometry because I didn't have that solid of an understanding of very, very basic trigonometry. I had an understanding of advanced trigonometry, but see, I kind of did something weird in school where I skipped through the basics and went straight to complicated stuff. And it's not that good to do that if you start getting too complex of problems, so something I needed to catch up on. And then I was working a little bit on collisions as well for the game that I'm working on, which is the zombie thing game. I want to mess around with it really, because with my language that I have now, I'm really trying to play around, see what kind of system that I want to have for the world. And obviously GameMaker 8 is pretty bad for that kind of stuff. so built-in stuff doesn't really work that well. And then the one last thing is I was working on my language, obviously, and the binary trees, which I have to master that or figure it out altogether. Obviously I've messed around with it, but I really need to get used to using that and really playing around with it and knowing how to interface everything with binary trees. So it's kind of still a challenge. I've been kind of overwhelmed this week. Now that I'm starting this community, you know, it's not easy, obviously. Managing community isn't easy, so I have to kind of put in the work, make sure I get things done, make sure everything is working and set up. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've done this week, pretty much what I've been up to. Yeah, thanks for watching. Feel free to check out the community. If you are a GMC member, then you know you can drop in just to talk about non-GMC stuff. If you're not a GMC member, then and you feel like you would be interested in being part of the creative community, then you're welcome as well. So thanks for watching, stick around for more, and peace!